What is going on, you beautiful people? I hope you're all having an amazing day so far. I wanted to make a video on dopamine and how we should spend it wisely. And where I got this idea from was from Dr. Andrew Huberman. He put a post up yesterday which basically said, forget about getting dopamine. It's more like spending it, so you should spend it wisely. It's like a currency of sorts, right? You wake up every day, you have like a full dopamine tank, and you decide where you spend it. Now, in particular, I wanted to talk about spending dopamine in relation to social media, because social media is such a big thing in this day and age. You're literally watching this video on a form of social media, YouTube, or maybe you're on Spotify or somewhere else, wherever it is posted right now. But it's such a big thing, and it can be so beneficial and can help us in so many ways, and it can be such a good thing, but it can also be a really detrimental thing. So for those who don't know, dopamine is responsible for four main things: our energy, our focus, our mood, and our drive. And so if we're constantly depleting ourselves of dopamine by continuously engaging in social media, particularly short form content, right, which is just absolute like hell for dopamine, because you're just boom, 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 you've just exposed yourself to so many different experiences with so many different lights and colors and sounds and all this sort of stuff. It's so dopaminergically spiking. More so, it's so dopaminergically draining. That's a better way to say it. You're constantly watching this, you're exposed to this, it's hyperstimulation, and then afterwards you feel like fucking like shit. Literally, like you're sitting there like, fuck, I can't be fucked doing anything. I can't even be fucking getting up and getting myself a drink of water. It's because you've drained yourself of dopamine from the social media, particularly short form. And so when we think about the average person's experience, right, like wake up, what's the first thing most people do before anything else? Phone, boom, check it. Oh, messages, oh my God, this short form, blah, 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 blah. Before they even get out of bed, they've drained their dopamine tank, okay? And then a lot of people wonder why they have low energy, low focus, low mood, low drive, low passion for life. It's because you're literally operating on extremely low dopamine, because you have drained your dopamine tank through the use of social media, particularly short form. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a fucking angel, right? Like, I absolutely am susceptible to the same shit. I doom scroll as well. Like, everyone gets caught in this shit. It's literally designed to hook us. Like, they have teams upon teams upon teams that are working out ways to grab our attention, hook it, and keep it. Okay? The algorithms are specifically designed to, make us interested. It's all by design. And so it's up to you and me and every other person who's living to take responsibility for the protection of their dopamine. Like, honestly, you have to start waking up and thinking, what am I going to spend my dopamine on today? All right. I know as soon as I pick up that phone and start scrolling, my dopamine is going to be cut like at least in half. My energy, my drive, my focus, all these things, and my mood, they're going to be cut in half. And my ability to perform tasks and just do general things is going to be massively hindered, right? What I've been doing as of recently is I wake up, and if my phone's not off, it's locked. I've got like this social media locker type thing. It's called Bricket or whatever. And super good thing, not an advertisement or endorsed by them in any way, but they are a really good little tool you can use. Basically, it locks your social media so you're not on them. And people might be like, oh, just have willpower. Yes, but environmental design is way better than willpower. You should never rely on willpower alone. So how I've been doing it, I've been waking up. The first thing I do is literally I'll meditate and journal. Two things I like to do, a bit of mindfulness, inner work. And then straight after that, I go straight into writing my book. Because my book, for me right now, for those who don't know, I'm writing a book on self-realization, self-actualization, that sort of thing. For me, my book is my highest priority right now. It's one of my highest priorities. And also it has the highest requirement for mental capacity. Writing a book takes extreme levels of focus. It takes extreme levels of just like consistency and your ability to sit at a screen for hours and hours and hours at end and take things from your mind and put them into the book. That takes focus, okay? And that focus is otherwise taken away if I was to pick up my phone and start doom scrolling. That focus would not be there. It would literally be cut in half or even more. And so that's something I've been doing to protect my dopamine, to allow me to do the things I need to do. I literally, for most days, like unless I have something where I need to do it for business, because a big part of my business is run on social media, but most days I won't touch social media until like midday. And even if I do, a lot of the time it's from the desktop or laptop, I should say, and not from the phone, because I found even on the laptop, it's a little bit less appealing because you've actually got to move like a mouse or like a touchpad type thing in comparison to just being on your phone. So that's one thing I've been doing, and I like to keep my phone like locked on social media most of the time. I'm trying to implement in my experience a thing where I only go on social media to post and then I get off straight away. Because when I'm on social media constantly and I'm just scrolling, and bro, it makes me feel so cooked. Honestly, like my focus feels gone, my drive feels depleted, so many things. And this is because I'm spending dopamine constantly. Anytime that I feel a little bit of a dip in, dopamine, or just internally a little bit of a dip in anything, like a void, okay, boom, I just pick up my phone and you get a little dopamine spike. But what that does over time and time and time, firstly, it's draining your dopamine, but secondly, it's training you to constantly need to seek out like little instant gratification hits, which, for anything that's worth doing is going to take a degree of delayed gratification. And so you're literally training yourself against being able to do that. So watching this video or listening to this podcast, I want you to just think about today or yesterday, just recently. Think about how you've been spending your dopamine. Do you wake up and do you straight away grab your phone and start scrolling without any mindfulness around this sort of thing? Are you constantly in a state of, desire to look at your phone and you need to always be on social media and constantly check it, and you don't have any drive and motivation, and your energy feels lower and your mood feels lower? Is that your experience right now? Because if it is, it's like 100% linked to the overuse of social media. Now, as I said, I don't think social media is bad. I think it's necessary, especially for those who are running businesses, online businesses. Anyone who's running a business really should be on social media. But I just think we should be more mindful about how we use it, and actually use it and not allow it to use us. I see this little black box, like my phone, honestly is like a fucking dopamine machine. It's like this thing is so dopaminergically spiking. It is so appealing. It is so like addictive. It really is. It's just like, bro, you gotta have periods of the day where you're just not on it. For me, I like to do the morning. I like to make like, very early morning to around midday time where I'm not on my phone at all, or like very minimally. And for me, that's been the best thing for my productivity, because as soon as I pick up that phone around midday, as soon as I start, engaging on social media, my mood, my focus, my energy, my just drive, everything just goes down. It almost puts me in a state of like relaxation. I'm just like, I'm just chilling now. I'm consuming. So if you do use social media regularly, which you probably do, just be mindful about it and try and create more than you consume. Like, a lot of people just go on social media to consume, but create. Like I'm obviously on these platforms posting posts, written posts, video posts, all sorts of different things. And I think if you've got a good message to share, it's beneficial. Like a lot of my stuff, all of my stuff basically is around self-development and growth and self-mastery. And so I go on there and I post things, and, I make an impact by doing that. And then I try and get off as soon as I can. Honestly, I don't like to spend too much time on there. It just rots your fucking brain. It really does. So yeah, guys, if you got anything from this video, give it a like, subscribe, share it with your mates, tell your mates to stop doom scrolling, get the fuck off socials a little bit, and protect your dopamine. It may be from other things too. It's not just social media. Social media is sort of the core element I was focusing on today, but it could be things like fucking drinking, drugs, porn, gaming, bro. That's a massive dopamine killer. Gaming and porn, they're both massive killers. Gambling, another massive one. All these things, again, they're draining your dopamine. They're taking your dopamine. They're taking your ability to show up in high energy, high focus, high mood with high drive. So be mindful of it. Stop fucking wasting it. and understand you have a currency. You have a certain amount of dopamine, for this example, that you can spend throughout the day. And so if you're wasting it on social media, if you're wasting it on porn, if you're wasting it on fucking video games and all this other bullshit, don't be surprised when you don't have any motivation. Don't be surprised when you can't sit down and read a book for longer than 1 minute without wanting to check your phone. Don't be surprised when you show up with low energy and your mood feels shit and you feel irritable and all these sorts of things. You are doing it to yourself. You are literally doing it to yourself. This little fucking dopamine machine or whatever other source of highly dopaminergic stimulation you're engaging with, it is taking your dopamine, but deeper than that, it's taking your ability to show up how you want to show up and do the things you want to do. It is a fucking epidemic. Honestly, you look around, so many people aren't doing shit because they're getting their dopamine from this little fucking black box. Again, I'm not speaking from a place of perfection. I literally get caught in a doom scroll probably every fucking day because the way social media is designed, where like you can't even, now on Instagram there's an update, you can't even get to your messages without going past the reel tab. It's fucking ludicrous, right? Like it's actually sinister. It's like a thing that is designed to hook you and steal your attention, steal your time, steal your dopamine. So I'm not speaking from a place of perfection. I'm actively fighting the battle every single day. So should you. Just be mindful of it, think about it, and next time you pick up your phone, just think, do I want to spend dopamine? Do I want to spend this limited resource I have today on social media by just mindlessly engaging in this short form brain rot bullshit? Or do I want to use this dopamine, this energy, this drive that I have to do something productive? And yeah, make the decision. I literally have made my wallpaper on my phone. My phone's not even in the room right now. That shows you that I'm literally practicing what I preach. But I've made my wallpaper on my phone Andrew Huberman's quote that I quoted at the start of this video, which is literally like, you know, it's not about getting dopamine, it's about spending it. Spend wisely. That is my wallpaper. So every time I pick up my phone now, I'm like, do I want to spend dopamine on this? What am I doing? Like, it makes me think about my intention. Why am I going on social media? Is it to make business posts, to market my businesses and services? Okay, if that's the case, go on, sure. Or am I literally just bored and I'm seeking a quick hit of dopamine? If it's that, then go read a book. Go clean your house. Go work on the business. Go do something productive. This little box, bro, this social media, this short form bullshit, it is stealing people's ability to do things they actually need to do, to get them to the places they actually want to get to. Naturally, we get bored, right? That's a normal human experience. But getting bored is a really fucking good thing. It's not a bad thing. People have this mentality that getting bored is bad. Getting bored is fucking awesome. When you get bored, you naturally have this drive within you to go and do something, right? Now, you can satisfy that drive with social media or gaming or porn or any of these other bullshit instant gratification, cheap dopaminergically giving sources. That was a bit of a wordy one, wasn't it? Or you can pick up a book. You can work on a business. You can go and connect with someone. You can work out. You can do anything that gets you close to the version of yourself that you want to get to in comparison to getting yourself further away from that through the fucking epidemic of doom scrolling and short form content. It is really an issue. Like, look just at anyone, anywhere you go out in public, people are glued to their fucking phones. It's like, where is the humanness anymore? Why are we all glued to our phones? Why are we all stuck in these little fucking screens? Why can we not talk to people? Why do people feel lower motivation than ever? Why do people feel like they have no drive? Why do people feel like they have no energy? Newsflash, it's the cheap dopamine that we're constantly being bombarded with. We're never even giving ourselves a chance to build up that sort of dopaminergic tank, right? Like, as soon as we wake up, if you think about it, most people, the longest period of time they're going without like highly stimulating dopamine sources is when they're asleep, 6 to 8 hours. Okay, they're asleep, so when they wake up, they probably feel the most driven and energetic and, you know, all those other good things at the start of the day. But they fucking sabotage themselves straight away by picking up their phone. So, guys, I think this is a topic worth talking about. I think it is something we should all be aware of. I think we should implement practices to fight off this bullshit. because who you are when you're not constantly being bombarded by bullshit through short form content, and you're not allowing your dopamine to be drained constantly, it's honestly awesome. Like, there's no other way to put it. Who I am when I'm not constantly being drained by social media and any other source of highly dopaminergic thing. Like, I've talked about this a lot on my channel before. I used to watch porn, don't watch it anymore, because one of the core reasons is because it drained my dopamine. Like, porn is one of the most dopaminergically stimulating things that we can experience. And so when you're constantly watching that, everything else in comparison seems boring. Not necessarily in comparison, but because your dopamine's being drained, you don't see anything else or like other things that used to provide you the same level of like happiness and drive and all that sort of stuff as appealing anymore. Same with social media. Like, a great example, short form content and books. Do you know how many people I talk to who say, oh yeah, I'd love to read, I just can't. Hey, like every time I sit down, I don't know, I just don't have the focus for it. I don't have the attention span. And I'm like, wow, really? That's interesting. It's almost as though that's because you've trained yourself to have a fucking 3-second attention span with the reels you consume every single day. Of course you can't sit down with a book for an hour. You are constantly training yourself to need a new hit of stimulation every fucking 3 seconds. I am grateful enough to have a very good attention span because I have trained myself through things like long meditations, long reading periods, and also long writing periods as well. When I'm writing my book, when you sit on one single task for a long period of time, you're literally training your attention span. Okay, now granted, yes, I also watch short form content as well. Not gonna sit here and pretend I don't, but I try and minimize that because I know every time I'm consuming this stuff, it's weakening me. It's literally taking my dopamine, it's taking my drive, my focus, my energy, and essentially my mood as well. It's decreasing that. So guys, I hope you got value from this. If you did, send it to a mate who is also caught in the modern devil trap, which is cheap dopamine. Cheap dopamine is literally the modern devil, in my opinion. Send it to them, let them know. Spread some awareness around it. Give it a like, subscribe to the channel, comment what your thoughts are as well. All these little things that don't really take you anything or cost you anything, they really do help me understand what you guys are liking so I can keep making videos like this. Thank you guys, have a good day, and I will see you on the next one.